everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host, Doug, here with your video blog for Tuesday, August 20th, 2013. Got a great blog planned for you here. I got thumbs up, thumbs down from the weekend. 2-a-days with the Jaguars and the Giants. But first up, it's time for part 105 of our college football preview as college football kicks off a week from this Thursday, the 29th. A great slate of games on tap for that night. So the first segment we're going to do is we're going to break down Sports Illustrated's top 25. And really, I'm just going to go right through this and kind of tell you the high teams, the low teams, surprises, and whatnot here. So, of course, our top three, we'll just look at the top three. Alabama, Stanford, Texas A&M. Pretty standard there. Then we see Ohio State, who was second in the AP poll last year. Fourth, Oregon, fifth. South Carolina, sixth. Louisville, very good team. Teddy Bridgewater, Michael Dyer, 7th. Notre Dame, 8th. Florida, 9th. Clemson, 10th with Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins. Texas, 11. Georgia, 12. Florida State, 13. LSU, 14. Michigan State, 15. TCU, 16. Baylor, 17. Michigan, 18. Oklahoma, 19. Boise State back in at number 20. UCLA back in at number 21. Northwestern, a very high-powered offense at 22. Vanderbilt, 23. Northern Illinois, 24. And Virginia Tech is rounding out the top 25. So I just want to say the team that I see, I'm going to give you the team with the most to gain, the team with the most to lose, and the team outside the top 25 that will finish in the top 25. First, my team with the most to gain is number 9, Florida. They bring back a top 5 defense for sure. I think this is really the only team's defense that can challenge Alabama's defense. They return a very solid quarterback who's maturing in the passing game in Jeff Driscoll. And they lost Michael Gillisley, but they still have a very solid rushing attack. My team with the most to lose is number 8, Notre Dame. They have a very young defense, lost a lot of veteran players. Everett Golson suspended for the first half of the year. And also their offense was suspect last year anyways without Golson. So, excuse me. It'll be interesting to see what happens in Notre Dame. My team outside that I think will finish in is Miami. Underrated. I think they can win the ACC. They have a good quarterback in Stephen Morris. A power running game, some young power running backs, and some good experienced receivers to go along with Stephen Morris. So that's my breakdown of the top 25 in college football tomorrow. I will have my Heisman preview, so definitely tune in for that. It should be good. Alright, time for the first 2-a-day. Jacksonville Jaguars last year, 2 and 14. They were 30th in rushing yards and 30th in rushing yards allowed. Not very good in either of those categories. I'm giving them a B in their draft just because they got 2 of the best athletes in the draft. The offensive tackle out of Texas A&M and Luke Joeckel, and maybe the best athlete in the draft altogether in Denard Robinson out of Michigan. Key additions, 2 key additions. Gus Bradley, the new head coach, and Jordan Shipley, their new slot receiver to play with Chad Henne and Blane Gabbert. So I just gotta, excuse me. Oops, sorry. Alright, back here, key departures. They lose the safety Dewan Landry, cornerback Aaron Ross, and wide receiver Muhammad Massaquoi, which they signed halfway through the offseason but then released him just 2 weeks ago. I think the big question for the Jags is, can Blane Gabbert play a full NFL season? I really don't think he can. I think this is going to be Chad Henne's team probably by week 4, and really this team will look to Henne to try and win a couple more games. Ultimately, though, I don't think this team will win any more games. I have them finishing this year at 3 and 13. Alright, before we get to the Giants, time for a quick thumbs up, thumbs down from the weekend. Thumbs up going to Joey Logano winning his first race of the 2013 season at Michigan. He is now just 7 points out of the second wild card spot. And my thumbs down goes to Ryan Dempster, suspended 5 games after hitting Alex Rodriguez intentionally over the weekend. And really the main issue was he missed twice. He missed more than twice. He missed on the first pitch, threw behind him, then missed twice inside, and then hit him on the 4th pitch. So that was really, should have got thrown out, but he didn't. All right, second two-a-day time with the New York Giants. Last year, 9-7, missed the playoffs. They were very good on offense, very bad on defense. Their draft, I'm giving them a B-. They got some good line players and a nice backup quarterback in Ryan Nassib out of Syracuse, who could have been a first-round pick, I feel like. Key additions really bolstered their defense. Defensive tackle Sean Rogers, cornerback Terrell Thomas and Aaron Ross, and big defensive tackle from Philadelphia, Cullen Jenkins. Key departures, they lose Ahmad Bradshaw and defensive tackles Chris Canty and O.C. Umenyiora, and also Dion Grant, their safety, retires. So trying to get young on the defensive side of the ball. I think the big question is, can running back David Wilson replace Ahmad Bradshaw and be an every down back? I think he could struggle. He's undersized. We've seen running backs like him, Darren Sproles, try to be an every down back, and you need to be a little bit bigger. So I think he's going to split a lot of snaps with Andre Brown, and they will have a good tandem in that backfield for sure. Overall, I think they'll improve a game. I see them finishing this year at 10-6 and maybe getting into the playoffs. All right, so Wednesday I'll be back. College football preview. Like I said, Heisman hopefuls, MLB power rankings tomorrow. And I'll have 2 days with the Cowboys and Titans to finish up our NFL 2 days. And then Friday we'll start doing playoff predictions for the NFL. I'll be sending out fantasy football invites tomorrow, so if anybody wants them, get at me and I will get them to you. Always remember to follow me on Twitter at YankeeBaller415. Check me out at JBSmooth84.com. James Bridges from JBSmooth84.com will be on the blog on Friday. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it for sure. Always remember to comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning into the Blog and Grill. I will see you tomorrow.